All right, let's jump right into it. Um, Here's our breakdown. Hey, I want to say this, Jacob. Whenever you get a screen that comes to your left, you never use it. Like, if you do, you'll dribble out here, but you never attack. So look, jab, go right. So I want you to like notice that if the screen doesn't come to your right side, you're not taking it. Let's not belittle like getting our reps in out of triple threat. So here we get Cam who catches it, travel. All right, we get Grant who catches it, travel. So like we got to make sure we rep out our triple threat stuff. The other thing you want to look at, Grant, is when shots go off, I need you thinking. Like I used to have teammates to where I look to my left, oh that's Shamir McDaniel, he's gonna get back for me, and then I'd have another guy who was different, and I couldn't trust that he'd get back. But you're crashing regardless, and if you crash right and you don't end up with the ball, but Cam does get back, what are we gonna do in transition D? So you got to think about that, especially as the top guy. All right, because you don't get the rebound. And I just want to give y'all a tip on Zeke. Like I knew this move was coming. Right, his back's to you. He's usually gonna do one of these gear changes, then gear change again. So like as y'all learn and analyze players, learn to figure out tendencies. Because he does get a step on you. Jacob, I like this rotation. You want to try to get outside this lane line because that's a different type of floater. And you jump from inside. So for a good floater shooter, that's gonna be an easy shot. All right, so just get outside, but that is still tough nonetheless. Colin, I know you was on a bum wrist this weekend. I saw the swelling on it, but look, if you get a step, Zeke's forcing you that way. Right now, you need to start initiating contact and pushing him inside. Right, so then Grant has to come way over to help or whatever, and then you make sure that he don't get a hand on it. It'll always be all wrist or foul, right? Make it obvious that the ref has to call it. So initiate contact when you drive if you're getting that much space. Run into him. All right, and I like this. All right, so there's a screen. Jaden sets a 1/3 screen, and I don't know if this is on purpose or accident, but it happens, and because of that, he gets to roll off early. Now, y'all hear me all the time talking about an open finish versus a closed finish. This is an open finish because now Grant can hit the ball first. If you turn your body, he'd have to hit your body first. All right, so just know that was a closed finish. Hey, way to be tough right there, Ethan. Snatch that out. Cam, you got to be stronger there. All right, so Jacob, when you first get this ball, we got to get strong with that left. I harp on this a lot with you. Everybody is on the inside of you since you're on the sideline. So to dribble with your right hand, you should know that you're taking a risk there that you don't need to take. And now, watch, you dribble all the way to the other side, right? To your right side. So we got to be stronger so we go both. Now here, Grant or Cade should be in a stronger help because both of their guys don't have great spacing. So one guy could guard two and one guy can help. So that's communication there. And this is the shot you got to finish right there. That's why we're saying, hey, don't be so unselfish. All right. Colin, when you catch this ball, don't travel. That's a travel. And then let's get stronger. Let's be able to take that cribby right there. Guys aren't willing to take that shot, and y'all need to get stronger at it. And then, Colin, when you catch it here, Ethan's open. This dribble is going to get his shot blocked or whatever, but you can't dribble at a guy and then throw it, all right? And that's why Grant gets a hand on it, all right? So just pass. Like I said, practice should always be harder than games. This is a short court, and this is how easy all presses should be to break. You get the ball, trap comes, throw it to the release guy. We throw it opposite, we're off to the races. I mean, that's how simple it should be. Nice move by Jaden. Good patience. That was nice. I like this play offensively. So you got Jaden. He's already pointing for Ethan to separate himself. He sees a mismatch early, right? So that's good. He's already looking at the floor, seeing the mismatch. Defensively, guys, we got to get better. So Jacob, you got to see that that's a mismatch, so you need to help. He's not going to throw the ball from here to there. He will throw it from here to Ethan, though. And Caleb, you got to be ready to start communicating because you got to know that, hey, somebody got to help. Even if Jacob don't do it, you're the next guy up, and you got to guard both if he does. So neither one of y'all do, and y'all leave Jaren on an island, and then they get a wide open layup. All right, and that shouldn't be. All right, so now Jacob, just throw it to your point guard right there, because nobody, he's not looking for it. So unless it's gonna be, y'all get some action down here, you don't need to throw it ahead like that. All right, so mom wasn't even expecting it. All right, so let's move ahead a little bit. So we get a shot. Now here, Jaden gets the ball. We gotta talk about transition defense. Look at this: 1, 2, 3 greens are back. This play shouldn't happen. Zeke gotta stop ball. And just like you read the court so well offensively, Zeke, you got to read the ball court defensively. You got two helpers this way. Jaden has to attack you to your right, not to your left, because there's no help over there. You let him get off left, he's going to get a good shot up. All right, so y'all got to know to send him towards your help. You got to be more careful with these passes right here. That's almost steal. All right, now Jackie, as you see Jacob float way up here, you can't. Now it's time to give big help because he's no longer a threat, which also means Jacob, you can't float up there as Zeke drives and not be a threat. Because what Jackie should have did, instead of reaching, she should have got her chest in front and then made Zeke pass it to you. And so what I'm saying is you got to float to an area where you can score the ball. All right, so Zeke just lifts and then throws it, gets a floater with the left hand. All right, it's a tough shot, but you got to get your chest in front. And again, y'all got to read where people are, even when you're on the defensive end. All right, so now this is how press break should look. We swing it easy. You don't even really notice that they pressed how easily, y'all get it down, and then boom, we're good. Now, Ethan, as you see Zeke look at the ball, you got to start feeling this. I know it's a next level kind of thing, but Isaac's about to cut, and this should be a pocket pass to Isaac. Easy shot, right? You got to make him pay for not seeing ball and man, but you're just kind of ready to score, and you're not reading the game yet. So let's make sure we can see that. All right, to me, this is a big deal, but most people don't look at it that way. Galen, you got to do a better job at making sure you're a receiver that can get the ball. So you got to be initiating contact. You can't let guys run free. So watch this. Is Jacob's on your back? You're not touching him. So when the ball comes, Jacob can run right around. That's a near steal. All right, so you got to, I design my plays based off the receivers as well. Hey, this is a guy who knows how to get open, make contact, get the ball, and run our set. Make sure you're that guy. All right. And, yeah. Way to get him in the air, Jaden. Jaden had a really strong game yesterday. That was good. You're going to have to learn the rules to, being the release guy at the back. So everything's big, right? Big pass. You're stepping into it. Jacob, so you could create a better passing angle, you got to learn to pass with your left hand too. Ambidextrous don't mean just finishing with your left. It means passing with your left, pivoting with your left, everything. So now, knowing the rules is knowing that you want to hit the weak side guy after that trap happens. But look what happens. If this is anybody but Jackie Rose, that's a steal. All right, so you're able to throw it right over her head, but anybody else is going to jump up and steal that. So you got to know that you're in line, and you got to create better passing angles for yourself and your team. So Jacob, you got to get a stronger shot than this, all right? So what's the thing for a good shot? Are you in range? Yes. Are you open? No. Are you balanced? You're pretty balanced, but the fact that we're not throwing in, that's a good shot off of a catch and shoot. So now you're off the dribble doing those same things. So if any of those things aren't right, then it's going to equate to a bad shot, all right? So, Jack, when you catch this, I like this move. Good pump fake, but you got to read the second layer. And that's your next phase and step, is to read that second layer. Have it in you to pump fake Grant right here and have the footwork to step through and do something else. And right now, you don't make that second read, all right? And especially against those guys, you're going to have to. Colin, I think this was a good adjustment for you compared to your first drive. You caught it, and then when you drove, I think that you're hitting him, right? And then you create a better angle for yourself. You probably could have hit him just a little bit more, but I think that was a big adjustment from the first time. All right. One of those plays where I would even say coaches look at the result of it, and then they would blame Jaden. I think Jaden's doing a good job at playing a play ahead. So everybody's head is turned, Jaren's and Grant's. There's no reason for Jackie to stay here. You should run into space right here. All right, so Jaden throws the ball. You're still looking. But he threw it soft enough, and that's what, when y'all hear me use the term throw somebody open, he threw it soft enough to make Jackie do what she should have been already. Now the problem is this: if that ball goes out of bounds, most coaches blame him, when it's really Jackie's fault for not running to space. All right, so now Jackie has to struggle with the ball and find where she's going, and that's why she gets trapped. All right, so now, where's the easy passes? We take away Galen, and then Zeke's about to take away this next one. Now, Colin, this has to be your thinking. She's getting trapped. Chances are that pass isn't going to come out hard. All right, you need to go meet the ball. And I know, who is this, Rowe trying to call timeout, but you still need to meet that pass. And until you hear that whistle, you can't stop. All right, so they get another easy bucket just off of just little stuff that we got to be able to do, the statless stats. Here we go. We're in a very similar situation as the very last play. All right, so now Jacob does run to this open space, right? But what you have to do now, Jacob, is once this pass is thrown, so now we do hit middle. Well, you already got a middleman, Jacob. You got to sprint out here and still do your job. It's supposed to be pass, pass. And you got to get out there quicker, because if you don't, this guy, if the spacing isn't good, can guard both you and Galen. All right, so you got to hurry out here to the sideline. All right, and because you went out there, Cam chose you, Galen gets there. But my point is, you got to sprint out there and not lollygag there, because this guy might make a decision much quicker. And there we go, downhill, good float game by Galen. All right, I like this. And a lot of players won't credit this to a pump fake, but this is the pump fake. The pump fake gets Cam to lift. It don't matter how many weights you lift. If you get a guy to lift and then get into his body, you're going to get a good shot up, possibly an and one. All right, so that was just a good physical play right there. All right, so Cam, we got to have a better feel for the game. You don't want to be a liability in the press, because, like, right here, you got to feel that these two guys are going to chase. And you're thinking that they're just going to stop or something. So this should be an immediate pass to Cade, knowing that they're coming, or get in triple threat, let them run past you and set it up. But don't get sped up because of this. But you try to dribble as if they're not coming. All right, so let's just, get stronger there. Galen, I think you got the shot here. You just hit a floater. But if you're going to pass it, the bounce pass has to happen now, so he can't get it. And that's a straight pass. And that's why it got deflected. All right, so knowing what pass to make win. Your teammates, Jaden, you're in the same situation Jacob was. If you pump fake, he's going to lift, get into his body, go get you a layup. All right, you're literally like 4 feet from the basket. You got to be aggressive in that situation. All right. Grant, on this play, I can remember this. You're about to turn your shoulders to throw a pass. If your eyes remain a threat to score and you just throw that pass without turning your shoulder, right? You see how you got to turn your body. Colin's going to start running towards where you're going to pass it now, because you're no longer a threat to score. Fast break gone. All right, so get stronger and better in transition so we can get those easy buckets. Same thing, decision making, man. We gotta make sure, like, just because Jacob's running this way don't mean we gotta hit him. How are we breaking the press all the other times? All right, so we throw it, and all you need to do is throw it right back here and then back to Zeke or whatever. But you take that risk and it goes out of bounds. But we just can't just throw the ball around the gym when we know how to easily break it. So same thing here, Cam. Why, when we catch the ball, the first thing we do is dribble and go nowhere? Dribble. There's no purpose. You didn't get anything. So you got to learn to dribble and hold the ball, right? 2 dribbles and then you throw it, and actually it's a backcourt, but we just, since y'all are so close, we let y'all make it. I did like this though. When y'all got it here, you came off 2 feet, and I could have sworn you were going to come off 1 and then just jump over the guy, scored a layup. That was perfect. We've been working on that all week. All right, so this is a good play to show all the plays we're leaving on the table, and we're not really noticing it. I'm going to let this play first, and then I'm going to rewind it so we can see. All right, so you look a little frantic, Cam, and then you throw it. Let's go back and see what could have happened. So first of all, there was a trap, and we got to know the laws. Pass, pass, right? And then it's an easy press break. All right, you don't always have to do that. Sometimes you dribble. Okay, now look. We see Ethan here. Your eyes are looking that way. That's fine. But if you can look this way but throw to Jacob, that's a layup. And as a coach, I'm like, he left that play on the table. I can't let him play that position because we need this layup here. So make sure you're noticing what you're missing, right? Because Jacob should have the ball. He should be scoring a layup right here. All right. Good attack, Grant. Way to pull it back when you don't got it. Now, as soon as you catch it, Amon, Isaac's coming at you. There's something about hitting shooters in rhythm that make them better shooters, make them more efficient. You got to see that pass. Jacob's wide open again, but then you drive. You still make the play, but against really good defenses, that play's too late. So now we hit him. So we got to just know the pass. And I think if he's in rhythm, I think he actually knocks that down. And like I said, everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, and y'all need to make sure y'all are learning from each other. So look, watch when Zeke catches it. He catches it. He doesn't immediately dribble because he has to assess the situation. All right, who's where? What are they doing? If he dribbles, then that puts him in a worse situation. But look, when you catch it, Cam, immediately you do what? Dribble with your right hand, and already the ball's in some type of jeopardy. All right, so we got to learn how to assess situations. You can't dribble immediately. All right, good pass, Jacob. Now, when you make this attack, this is a pass you're going to have to learn to make. If you throw it over the top to Caleb, once Colin commits, that's a layup. All right, so just being able to make that play a little sooner. So now it gets here and then it gets deflected. So just knowing why these things are happening are important. All right. I love this play. This shows your growth, Caleb. So look, Isaac went for the steal. He's out of position. And I like the way you attack and force Jacob to come guard you. Good hustle by Isaac to get back in the play. Zeke goes against his momentum, gets in the paint, drops it off. Left hand right here, Cam. All right, got to finish those. Now, as you get the ball, that ball is loose, right? I need every rebound to be squeezed, Ethan, and then turn your body so it's ball you man. All right, so let's not struggle through that so much. All right, let's fast forward now. Right here, Isaac's cutting. Jaden, you got to hit him on time, and Isaac, you got to kind of wait in that pocket, right? You're open, so don't keep cutting. All right, it still works out for you guys, but, you know, just little things. Wait in that pocket and get that score. All right, so this is a nice play right here. We're getting trapped. We get it to Aman. He gets middle of the paint, goes through the legs, and now he's living in the paint. If Ethan goes this far, I think he throws it to Cam, and you could throw over the top to Cam, but hey, it's fine hitting Caleb. He's a good standstill shooter. Way to get in the paint and be patient there. That was nice. This is good. Look, sometimes if you just get it back to the middle guy, there's nobody there. Like the trap was coming, nobody rotated. Jaden, you can't turn that over. That literally looked like you threw a chest pass to Jacob. Now, Jacob, Caleb just hit. This is what I mean by feel. We got a 2-1 split with two good shooters. I think you got Zeke and Caleb right there. Caleb just hit one. You got to be able to make this pass. Don't make easy hard and try to do extra stuff. All right, we just hit a 3. All right, and on this one, y'all usually are late on passes, but Cam throws it on time this time. Probably slightly off target, but on time. And I like this play of mine. I'm okay with this because he gets more time to shoot because you just throw it behind the back. That was good feel. Like, I really like that. Don't take every shot, though, Caleb, in terms of, like, I think you could shoot that, but you can also know that he's going to jump. Ethan's going to jump, pump fake him, and then don't deal with all that length jumping at you because that's a tall guy. So I just need to see that you can read a closeout sometimes, right? And then you can go by him and pump fake. So the play that I like, and this is one where I didn't hear you guys say they're in man, but I see Isaac is telling everybody to go because he's recognizing this is a man press and not a zone press. And a lot of guys panic when they notice when they can't tell the two, and they throw it back to the inbounds guy. So again, this is good to see. Gotta put this one on because there's so much training involved, and those that train, y'all are gonna recognize a lot of these moves. Pump fake, ball fake. All right, here's where the real moves come in. Zeke jumps into a split. He's not sure what move he's gonna make, and at this point, Jaden hasn't made any defensive mistakes, so he pulls it back. Jaden makes his first defensive mistake. Right hand up, right foot forward. I'm gonna make you drop step. So now Jaden has to drop step. Now Zeke gets a shoulder by him, almost by both of his shoulders. And then here comes the pro hop. And then the pass. So there's just so many training tools involved in that. So let's watch the whole thing and again. Split stance. Make my read. Look for the mistake. Pro hop. Land on 2. Balance. Create the foul. Here's the other thing I like right here. I didn't hear you guys say, man, they're in zone press or anything like that like I asked, but I'm glad I watched the film because I got to see this, right? So Isaac's telling everybody to go down. You'll be surprised how many guards can't recognize which press that is. All right, so that's really good to see. All right, another good transition play. All right, everybody's pretty much accounted for. We got Jaden. If Zeke throws it now, it's going to come to Jacob. Jackie's with Aman. Isaac's with Caleb. So Zeke's going to keep driving until somebody decides to guard him. All right, so as he gets deeper, Jackie stays, and Isaac has 2 people. So Isaac smartly guards Aman, right, which means now Zeke kicks to Caleb. And that's just a really good read. All right, and way to throw that extra pass. And then you got to attack him immediately, Jaren, if you're going to get a shot off right there. All right, but good decision making right coming down. All right, so here we get in trouble. Let's think about why. First, we start off really low. I'd rather start off 3-point line, but we start off like below the free throw. So that's going to make all these traps easier. The second thing is if we throw it ball side, it's easier for him to trap versus if we were able to get the ball over here. That's a longer run for him to trap. Now also, the time it took Isaac to face up, by the time he realizes nothing there, the trap is there. And not only is the trap there, the intercept man is already there coming. So now we're stuck, and then we gotta, burn a timeout. All right. So you know, on this play, I like the extra space. I think you could have did a better job of being a little farther to space, Jackie. Nonetheless, you get the ball. This is over the top to the bottom corner of the backboard. Everybody at this level can tip the ball in, and you try to throw it straight to them instead of all the way over to up here. All right, and so that results in a steal. One comes off of a missed three-pointer after some really good ball movement. I just didn't put it in the video, but Amon gets it, right? So Amon, knowing where to go with the ball, you're pushing it up the court. You got two guys on you. You running towards the third guy. The play is probably going to be made over here where Cade is, right? So your head has to be up, because look where you throw it. If you throw it to space to Cade, we're going to get a good shot. You throw it here to Jaren, he's in the same situation you're in. The same two guys that trapped you are trapping him. So now he's, you know, worried about this backcourt line we created, and then we get nothing. So knowing where to go with the ball is save a possession. Big deal there. We're in the same position as before. This is what I want you to notice. Like, sometimes just chill. Like, you ain't gotta like be frantic. Look how quickly you're trying to make a play. All right, you don't have to get down court that quick. All right, but look, the other thing we got to grow in is we got to throw it opposite of where our shoulders are facing. Wherever your shoulders are facing, that's where you're throwing the ball, and we got to be able to look that way, throw opposite, because the defender is on this line, which is closer to that three-point line than that three-point line. So you should throw it to Cade. All right, and the play ends up working out. Good pass, Grant. But we got to be able to get that other easy play and not this, because we can't depend on that play happening every time. I think this was a good play, flash into space, right? None of the corner guys were open, so just flash to space. But then here's the other thing, is just being patient. Look how Galen waits, lets those guys get out the way, let's set it up, and then attack. All right, so that was really good. Way to pop up, Ethan, and swing the ball, being a good swing man. And then good finish right there, Jacob. That's good stuff. Good offense all together. One of these statless stats. I like this little horn set you guys set up for a stagger screen on the backside. Forces a switch. But this is where the play's made, right? So when they set this stagger, there's no communication. Jacob's late on the closeout to Zeke. Look how hard Grant throws this pass. And accurate. Boom. Hits him right in line, which gives him that shot. All right. And it's a little thing, but it's a big thing. Like if he would have lobbed it to him, and it didn't hit, and it hit him at his knees or ankles, then he don't get that shot off. All right, so really good stuff right there. I really like this move. I like the attack. Boom, up and under. Just didn't fall for you. All right, here we have Zeke got the rebound now. As he retreats, he gets space so our guys can get back into their position. So Amon's gonna get closer like he should, to, you know. But Cam, you're gonna be running towards the other players. You see how you're floating towards the defenders? All right, and Amon's coming back to him. All right, so that's why this ends up being an almost steal, because you should have been back here as a release guy. So know that. All right, so notice the defenders are all coming from this way. You got one. It's kind of blurry, but you got two on the other side. If you throw it there, 2-1 split, we get a wide open three. But for whatever reason, when you're in the open court, you look left almost every time. And so we got to just get better at that. All right, so let's fast forward it a little bit. All right, so now this is a great job by Jaden defensively. So Jaden sees the 2-1 split. Jackie can only guard one of them. Look how hard he sprints to make sure you don't throw it to Cade. All right, that was a good look. So then we settle for a 3. All right, Cam, good rebound right there. And then good attack. Nice. Jaden, I always tell you play the game too tall. But look, when you do all these fakes, everything is very tall. So nothing makes Amon bite right here. All right, so then you attack, get a shot. Cade, you got to become more aggressive out here. You're just, look at you. You're about to tap the ball. That should be 2 hands grabbing the ball. All right, that ball shouldn't hit the ground. Way to be strong with it and just pivot. No need to dribble. That was nice, Amon. This here, Jacob, you throw a skip pass. Zeke takes the shot, and you already have started cutting. And because you cut, you got inside position on Isaac and essentially everybody, and now you get the rebound and the putback. All right, that's just a tough, gritty play. I need to see a lot more of that from you. That was good. I like this. They press. Isaac throws it right back over the top because nobody's up here. Just good recognition. And look at this. Watch Jacob remain a threat at the rim, but drop it off. Boom. All right, so now Ethan's wide open if he has it, but look, we got Isaac right there at the top of the key. So good extra pass, Ethan. Good offense and all. Hey, Grant, let's look at these. All right, way to get your head up real quick and throw it ahead, Jacob. Grant, right here. You can put Jaden in jail get them on your hip and make one of these two have to come and match up and guard you. You know, you don't want to pick up your dribble till you're ready to shoot or pass, and right now you're not ready to do either. All right, you do pass it, but not because you were ready to. All right, this is what I do like though, the player movement. So Zeke attacks, throws a hook pass out to you. Last time I saw you were standing where mom was, so that's great player movement. Makeable shot, I'm good with that. All right, way to push the ball. Jacob, me and Jabari owe you an apology. Somehow, 1, 2. You literally jumped from right there, and it just looked so unorthodox that we thought it was a travel. But that was a good play. All right, good floater and way to stick with it right there, Jaden, and good putback. I mean, with the left hand. All right, I was happy to see that. Way to get behind the ball here, Jacob. This is what you really got to be careful of. You know, you got the right shoulder, right, coming from the right side pass every time, and you throw a lot of these floaters, and guys are gonna run through that pass just like Jacob does and get layups. So really be careful with the ball security. About quick decisions. Kyle and I have been watching you all on this video, and it's obvious that your wrist was hurt. All right, but you still got to be effective, right? So a 0.5 decision to do that for you. You throw it up quick without dribbling. Isaac, I like this play. It's heady, but don't take a chance of stopping and setting the screen. What I would do is just act like I'm jogging to the corner. Watch how you kind of stop, right? A ref might call a moving screen, but if you just act like you're running to the corner, you're still setting a form of a rub screen and giving them a shot you want. So just change your decision. All right, so Green does start up a lot higher at the three-point line, and because of that, look what happens. As soon as they catch, Zeke doesn't take any time of getting trapped. Boom, right to mine. Boom, we're off to the races. He can hit Jaren there up the court. Probably should have. All right, but nonetheless, those are the types of things that'll happen if you don't take the time to look up the court to deal with a trap. All right, get out of it quick. Y'all could be off to the races fast. All right, another good play. Galen's dealing with the trap pretty well by keeping his dribble alive there. Finds Jaden. I like the way Jaden met the ball to make sure he got it. But you know, out of a trap, what's the rule? Pass, pass, right? So he gets it. Should have just been one dribble and a pass, but nonetheless, Jackie's wide open because of it. Jaden right here. Okay, so the guy who went to trap, right? The guy who's guarding you. So you can't get farther from the trap because you're not helping. All right, so you should be running back here to make yourself available. But you keep walking this way as if, I don't know, like you just think it's his job to get out of it on his own. So Galen runs middle, but you should be down here so he have a release guy, because then he'd be throwing to you, and then you could just dribble up court. But you go farther away. So let's clean that up because you want to be able to do it. Now here, I know he's open, fake a pass to make a pass or throw from a different angle, but Caleb has good instincts on that, gets a hand on it, and then that's a turnover. All right, so this is another heady play. You're getting better at this too, Caleb. You cut, right, which creates a double gap, right? More driving space for Zeke. Jaren stays wide. All right, so spacing is what allows y'all to be successful here. So now Zeke gets his attack left because Caleb created that extra space there. All right, and then it's just a good Euro and finish. But again, y'all hear me say it all the time. Offense is spacing and spacing is offense. All right, here's Jaden. He got a ton of paint touches, especially late. And that's just another good play altogether and good floater, Galen. Really excited about the player movement as we continue. I think it's just becoming a little more contagious. So watch, who is this over here? Jacob. All right, so Jacob and Isaac is guarding Jacob. Isaac turns his head, Jacob's backdooring. So now when Zeke attacks, Isaac has to come and help, but now Jacob's going to be wide open down here. All right, but that's okay. We move it. So since Colin had to help, also caused by the player movement, we get a split stance and we get an attack. All right, so like that's just a good move. Like y'all had multiple players open on that play, and that's how it should be. Amaya could shoot, Amaya could kick if he wanted to. He decided to shoot because that's a really easy shot. And the player movement helped create that. Great offense and defense. All right, so here comes the trap. Galen fakes a pass to make a pass, right? Makes it easier. So Grant was guarding Jackie, so he rotates. Zeke was guarding Colin, so he has to rotate to Jackie. So now somebody has to rotate to Colin, right? These are all good rotations. And then we get like a trap. So the green team is making red make one more play. And great offense should be great defense, and they are making that one last extra play. and gets fouled. That's just good on both sides. Good defense, good offense, good basketball. Grant, when you get this rebound, I like the way you're crashing. This is a great area to crash from. We got two guys in the hot spot. Jacob needs to stay high and not crash, right? Because if we got all 5 of y'all below the free throw line, if they get the rebound, that's not good. All right, I hope y'all can see that. This is the free throw line. Every player is below it. So luckily, Grant gets the rebound. Grant, great pump fake. Go get a foul now. You jump right into Galen and go get a foul. That's not a kick out situation. All right, so this is nice right here. Galen goes, jumps off the wrong foot. Floaters high above everybody. Good touch. Shot just goes in, so that doesn't leave a ton of time for the guards to get up to the 3-point line. They're already, on the baseline. So Zeke catches it in a bad spot. So he does a good job of dribbling, getting his back to a guy and reverse pivoting out. But then watch Jacob. This is great. He uses his body to stop the defender and catches the ball away from him. So ball you man. But you got to remember, there's two trapping. There's your interceptor. You got to know that nobody's up here. So if you drive and just throw it to Amon, you'll get it out. But you stop. And you got to know this trap guy is still coming. And that's where you run into your trouble. All right, so let's fast forward a little bit. So like right here, Cam, when you get it, right? If you're not sure, let them clear out first. But watch that dribble. There's the dribble, and Isaac's right in front of the ball. So don't put it in jeopardy. Now here, you got to know that Jackie's coming. Here comes a trap. So if you could get rid of the ball now, that's good. That would be good. So look, come on, you got to get rid of it here. Now here's the trouble. Green, y'all got Grant and Jacob here. You want to create a triangle when guys get trapped. We got, your safety guy, you got your sideline guy, and you should have a guy middle. And neither Jacob or Grant are covering middle, so we can hit the flash guy. Then it becomes pass opposite. So nobody's there. Amon tries to make that pass after getting trapped, and y'all are right next to each other, one guy guarding two. So we can't let that happen. All right, so Cam, you get the ball, you're off. Now, right here, I think if you're going to throw it ahead, this would have been it, right? If you're going to throw it to Zeke, throw it now. All right? But then here comes the trap. But don't make easy hard. You got a safety guy, and then you got your opposite. You're capable of hitting both of those guys. And you dribble, and I think you throw a much harder pass. Because look, Zeke ends up stepping out anyway. All right? Good hip swivel there. And then nice look off. All right, bang, good shot. All right, but again, I thought the ball should have swung up top and not to Zeke because they were way more open. It was a safer pass. Colin, don't retreat and throw a bounce pass, the slowest pass in basketball, when you're not getting trapped. This is one-on-one, man-on-man. You should have just told Jackie to take off. All right, so y'all gave up 2 points easy right there. So we got Jaden Ariza and Jaden O'Neal in this play, so let's make it clear. So Jaden A has the ball. I like this. Watch how he kind of, hey, space over a little bit, right? Don't kill the space because then Grant can come and trap and guard both. So then he attacks, make Grant's guard. All right, Jaden, you got to make sure you don't turn this thing over right here. All right, you got to make a better pass. But this is good offensively. Caleb hurries up and attacks, makes Jaden guard, hits Grant. Now we got a guy closing out to Grant. Grant goes, pump fakes, makes Jacob have to leave Jaren because he drove and attacked. He didn't just pass it, he attacked first, so Jacob had to help. So now Isaac has to help the helper, and then Jaren can get right past him, shoots his floater. Great offense. Red was trying to catch up, just not good enough, but that was good on both sides actually. But when you hear me say all your passes come right shoulder, I think this is a good example, so I'll plug this in here. So when you catch the ball here, you go and you attack this way, right? The ball's in your left hand. That needs to be a left-handed bounce pass, but all your passes come from this side of your body. So if Isaac kind of reaches forward, he could possibly hit that ball. And then also, if Jacob jumps, he probably could hit that ball. So the ball needs to come left hand where it has zero risk of getting hit. All right, and now you have to throw a floater that Jaden almost got there. So hopefully that makes sense. When you get it, this should be a straight bounce pass. End of play, nobody gets to make a play on it. But when you throw this looper, look at Jaden. All right, he's just a step late on that. All right, so make sure you can pass from different angles as well. All right, and here we got to learn to be better safeties for each other. So Jaden dribbles up, he reverse pivots. Jaden O'Neal, you should be able to see Grant coming. All right, and you should be like running to this area to make sure that pass is safer because that makes it a longer run for Grant. But you just wait for it to get to you. And you can't afford to have this turnover. So I actually don't know how Grant didn't end up with it, but you got to meet that pass and you got to get farther away and create better space. Hey, that was a nice move right there, Jaden. Good patience. All right, this is good here. Caleb handles the pressure, gets it to Jaren, it gets middle. Good patience. And I like the way you're looking out and then throwing in. That was good. Good play right there, Cade, and good finish, Jacob. All right, so Ethan, in the game, this looked like a good rebound, but fundamentally it wasn't. So, like, you're supposed to block out and hold Cam. Watch how he bumps you underneath the rim. You need to be low and you're too tall, and you get bumped underneath the rim. And so that actually should be your teammate's rebound on this side. You should have everything on the other side. So you get the rebound, but it's because you got bumped into it. All right, and we got to go get rebounds, not get bumped into them. All right. And after this make Jaren, we can't have this turnover. Not from our point guard. All right. So if you got the ball here in the middle, it can't be a dribble up and then they take it from you right under there. So you got to learn to not learn to. It's all in you. You know what to do. You just need to be more aggressive and not passive and and careless with it. All right, another press situation. So we get the ball here. We get it middle. All right, and Cam, you just got to learn to be more patient. Everything has to go full forward, and you just need to pivot and pull it back. All right, that's a great cut by Caleb. Know what pass to make when. This probably should have been a pocket pass rather than over the top, but definitely you would have had to lead him. So good drive here, Jaden. Once you make multiple people guard, you hit Jackie. Jackie, I thought you chose the wrong spot on this closeout. You should have been attacking middle, in my opinion. And you attack baseline, so you kept your dribble alive and found somebody, but still. Now, Galen, as you pick this up, your vision has to be able to feel and see this, all right? That's the pass you got to make to Colin. He's wide open. He's ready for it. All right. All right, so this should have been in a V, Jackie. As soon as this ball comes out, downhill. But you're not thinking attack on that. And if you attack Cam, you could throw a bounce pass to Jaden or over the top. Good catch right there. No, nice, Jaden. Caleb, I want you, like, when you make a bad play like this, I don't want you to overreact to it, all right? Just live to fight another day sometimes. Like, be a little more even kill when it comes to when you make mistakes. All right, Jaden, this is good pace. All right, I like this. If you could have put him in jail a little sooner, that would have been perfect. Took you a little long, but that's okay. You look for the cut, and Caleb finds out right in time that Caleb's cutting and saves the possession. Good stuff. All right, this is right after Cam gets a steal. I like the way you attack this. You kind of have some pace, gear changes. I think you should have touched his body and put him in jail rather than gear change by him on that one. But good attack. Hey, Ethan, you got to give me a better attack. A better contest. It's just you and him, mano a mano. Get your chest in front of him, and you never do. All right, and that's just too easy. Hey, man, I'm really liking this vision that you're showing. All right, more than even before. So look, you jump here. I like this jump stop, cause now you get to wait on the bad decision. If he's gonna stay with this guy, then you could throw it there. If they need the one of them come to you, you could shoot it, and then you're patient enough to just throw that bounce pass to Jacob. That was a great read. Comes after a good attack by Colin. Not just because Colin did. I want everybody to watch this. You guys got to have court awareness. He just got the rebound. You got to assume that these guys are behind you. I mean, it's court awareness I'm talking about. And he kind of dribbles as if nobody's coming. So you see he almost loses it just because he just wasn't thinking where players should be. It's a nice athletic move right there, Galen. All right, we're about to close this out in a second. We'll go to the final play just so I'm not making y'all watch a 45-minute video. I'm already creeping on 40. All right, so let's just watch the final play. All right, so we catch it in the backcourt. Jaden has the ball. We get a screen coming from Ethan. And Gamer. Hey, and I can't even really be too mad at this. That's a good contest without fouling a jump shooter. So if he hits that, he's just going to have to win it. And he does. So, hey, all in all, good job. Hey, we'll see you guys next week. Let's build from there.